What's up guys, welcome back to yet another weekly Respill episode. This week, let's talk about a doctor coming for JACLYN Hill, Myka and James Stauffer being investigated, James Charles getting called out on Twitter, and Jeffree Star's ex-friends speaking out about him. Let's get into it.
Weekly Respill, yeah.
We all know a lot of people like to speculate on what cosmetic procedures JACLYN Hill has had done in the past. Although it's not really anyone's business, people still speculate and give her a hard time over getting fillers. A few months ago now, JACLYN Hill opened up on her channel about rumors claiming she's had a filler in her face. JACLYN denied this and said she hasn't had fillers in a really long time and says the reason that her face has changed is because of her problem with alcohol. Although last month a plastic surgeon posted a video titled "Why I Stopped Filling Faces." In this video, he shows examples of celebrities who've drastically changed their face with fillers. The video was really informative and he talks about how people age, they lose definition in their face, and they try and make up for it with fillers. He explains that he doesn't really like face fillers because they normally fall flat and the client ends up with a really puffy face. For one of the examples, he ends up showing a picture of JACLYN Hill. Now, like I said, JACLYN has claimed that she hasn't had any face fillers done, so a lot of her fans were surprised to see a doctor put her picture in his video. Someone tweeted a screenshot of the video to JACLYN and wrote, "Hey JACLYN, gotta love how you swear your face has changed from alcohol, but even plastic surgeons are using you for an example of an overfilled face. Just had to point that out." JACLYN decided to stand up for herself and replied back saying, "Do you think I give a damn about someone's opinion who has never met me and doesn't know my medical history? No." They ended up changing their tune very quickly once JACLYN replied to them and said, "If it's not true, then they are using your image in a way that's defamatory. I don't know why people even care." To which JACLYN replied and said, "People will do anything for views." A few weeks ago, we talked about family channel vloggers Myka and James Stauffer. Long story short, Myka and James adopted a child from China knowing he had special needs. When those needs became too real for them, they decided to rehome him after having him for 2 years. There have been a few updates since I posted that video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave it linked down below for you guys. So Myka and James posted a video to their channel admitting to their audience that the reason we've stopped seeing their adoptive son in videos was because they rehomed him. They claim that very scary things happened and they could no longer handle his needs. That video ended up going viral and people were extremely mad at Myka and James. The authorities actually ended up getting involved in the situation because a lot of people expressed concern for the child's safety. The story made mainstream news, with NBC putting out a report that said authorities are investigating the well-being of Stauffer. The article reads, "Our primary concern is for the well-being of this child, as well as the other children in the household," a spokesperson for the Delaware County Sheriff's Office wrote in a statement. "Our investigation is ongoing and will include contact with all children to ensure their safety." Myka and James have also deleted their video explaining what happened and have not posted on social media since. This past week, chief editor of the famous Vogue magazine wrote a letter to her staff claiming that she hasn't found enough ways to give space to Black creators. She wrote, "I want to say that I know Vogue has not found enough ways to elevate and give space to Black editors, writers, photographers, designers, and other creators." When this news broke, a creator on Twitter called Capricorn Baby 1 created something called the Vogue Challenge. It was meant to be seen as a way to showcase Black models and photographers and give them more recognition. The creator of the challenge wrote, "I made this challenge on Twitter for young Black models and photographers who are struggling to get recognized. I see you and I feel you. I will continue fighting so you can get a chance on a great opportunity." This challenge ended up going viral over all social media platforms. James Charles decided to jump on the challenge and he posted his own Vogue Challenge pictures to Twitter. When he posted the pictures, a lot of people got mad at him because it was created for a chance for Black models and photographers to get recognized. Here's what people had to say. "Taking something made for Black creatives and Black creatives only? Wow, look at you go. It does look cool, but it defeats the purpose if someone does it as a fun challenge, especially with a platform as huge as yours. It could definitely drown out the purpose." A tweet ended up going viral explaining why the Vogue Challenge was created after a lot of influencers started joining in. "Hey guys, the Vogue Challenge started as a way for Black people to challenge Anna Wintour, claiming she hasn't found a way to make space for Black creativity in her 30-year career. It's not a space for non-Black artists to turn turn it into an art challenge. The creator of the challenge ended up replying to someone who deleted their Vogue challenge pictures to clarify who the challenge was created for. They wrote, "The trend is not only for Black people, but it's a good way to uplift the Black photographers and models. So post it again, no worries to be scared and deleting it." This week, multiple ex-friends of Jeffree Star have come out about him, and the whole situation is really crazy. So we're gonna go over each one and talk about what they had to say. The first person to come out was Cam, who's been in campaigns for Jeffree Star Cosmetics and seemed to be really good friends with Jeffree. Over the past year or so, since Cam became friends with Jeffree, he started getting a lot of backlash for supporting him. Cam has always stuck up for Jeffree on his platform, which ended up getting him more and more hate. Although it seems like that friendship is over, because this week Cam uploaded a video on Instagram officially cutting ties with Jeffree.
I'm literally shaking, guys. This is just so scary to even do.
Cam says one time he was in Houston with Rich Lux and Jeffree Star, and he was super excited to be there and see the behind the scenes of the community that he really wanted to be a part of. Although apparently Jeffree decided to ask him if he liked James Charles in front of everyone. Keep in mind, this was before the drama happened last year. Cam says that he was kinda shocked and didn't know what to say because James had never done anything bad to him. Cam claims that James has always been very supportive of him and even helped him merge into the beauty space. Cam told Jeffree Star that he didn't have a problem with James, and Jeffree replied saying, "Well, you don't owe him forever." Later on in the day, when he was in the car with Rich Lux, Rich said to him that Jeffree thought that he was talking to James, which made Cam feel like Jeffree didn't trust him. Cam also says the next day he heard Shane Dawson on the phone with Jeffree cursing and going off about James Charles, and he never heard Shane like that before, so he knew something big was about to go down.
Shane Dawson called and he was going off about James Charles and something and telling, just cursing James out. And I was just kind of taken back because I've never seen Shane Dawson like that. And he was just going in on James. And I was like, oh, is there there's something brewing, there's something going on.
He says that he feels bad for not warning James since something did end up going down involving James, Jeffree, Shane, and Tati. Cam talks about how he felt being friends with Jeffree. It explains that he kind of just started feeling like the token Black kid for his brand.
I just felt like it wasn't a friendship. It was never a friendship in the beginning to start with. It was always something like I was kind of like the token Black kid.
He says he started to back away from Jeffree, and once he did, Jeffree put Cam's ex-best friend in a campaign, and he kind of felt like it was Jeffree's way of saying that you're replaceable.
Once I kind of was starting to fall back, I saw that he put my ex-best friend into a campaign recently. I felt like he was trying to send a message in some way that I was replaceable as a Black boy.
I'll leave Cam's full Instagram live linked down below because he goes into much more detail about his own personal experiences and feelings towards Jeffree. The second person to come out about Jeffree Star this week was one of his lifelong friends named Tab. And when I say longtime friend, I mean like MySpace days longtime friend. Tab has also been in multiple campaigns for Jeffree Star Cosmetics. The video Tab uploaded was called "I Was Jeffree Star's Friend, The Truth. I Want You to Know Something." The video has since been deleted off of Tab's channel, but has been re-uploaded by Saunders Kennedy. Tab claims that this video is not for clout and he doesn't want followers or money or anything at all. He just wanted the video to get through to Jeffree, so maybe he'd take a step back from the internet and reevaluate himself. Now let's go over the allegations Tab made in his video about Jeffree. The first allegation is that Jeffree and Tab were supposed to go to a Gwen Stefani concert, but it ended up getting cancelled. When Jeffree found out it was cancelled, Tab says that he called her a slur for Jewish people.
And continued to say a very derogatory word towards Jewish people. It starts with a K. I'm not gonna repeat the word, but...
The second allegation is that Jeffree Star was talking about how certain animal skins and furs were now legal in Los Angeles. Jeffree then went on to make a comment that the same mayor who made these skins and furs illegal is the same mayor who's, quote, giving illegals green cards.
He had made a comment saying that the same mayor that's making exotics illegal in Los Angeles is the same mayor that is giving illegals green cards.
The third allegation is that one night he had to borrow a pair of Jeffree Star's security guard's pants to go to a club with everyone. On the way to the security guard's hotel room, Jeffree told Tab that the security guard was actually an ex-police officer that got fired in Miami for saying the N-word while on the job. Despite knowing that, Tab claims that Jeffree personally flew him out from Miami to be his personal bodyguard.
Fired in Miami for saying the N-word on the job, and Jeffree flew him from Miami to be his personal bodyguard or security guard or whatever, knowing that.
The fourth allegation is that Jeffree and his hair and makeup team were fat-shaming one of their friends who left the hotel room earlier. He says they talked about this person's weight, skin, hair, drug abuse, and recovery. The fifth allegation has to do with another drama channel called Rich Lux. Jeffree and Rich are very good friends.
I'm inside Jeffree Star's closet right now.
Tab claims that Rich came up to Jeffree's hotel room to give him a gift from Hermes. Apparently, Rich stayed in the hotel for 10 minutes and then left. Once Rich left, Tab claims that Jeffree turned to everyone and laughed, saying that he bought him the cheapest thing in the entire store. Tab also goes into his own personal feelings about Jeffree, so I'll leave a link to the video down below so you can hear that for yourself from him.